Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. I am so pleased to be joined by the Deputy Inspector and Commanding Officer of the Suffolk County Police Department Marine Bureau, Kevin Williams. Kevin. Also from Fire Island Ferries, their President Tim Mooney. Dante Grover of Strong's and Grover's Marina. Dante is here, and members of our Public Safety Commissioner, Tony Prudenti, our Parks and Cultural Affairs and Recreation and DPW, all wrapped up in one, Tom Owens, and Councilman Jorge Guadron. So again, thank you so much. You know, Monday, May 30th, I can't believe it. It's like almost the latest it can be, Memorial Day, yet it seems like it just came upon us so quickly. But it certainly signifies the start of the summer and the prime boating season here on Long Island, and certainly in the town of Islip, where our entire southern border is the water. As we prepare to head into the long weekend and honor the U.S. military personnel who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, let's also take this opportunity to reassert our commitment and necessity of safe boating. And, you know, we've done this every season now of trying to focus on boater safety, and there have been strides that have been taken in legislation passed by the state requiring boater safety courses, so we have made progress. We have great fortune here in the town of Islip to be home to so many beautiful beaches, waterways, docks, marinas, and more. But with that comes a responsibility, an obligation to ourselves, our loved ones, and each other to enjoy these wonderful assets, but enjoy them responsibly. Because while boating is a celebrated, time-honored tradition here on Long Island, it's certainly not immune to danger or even tragedy. In fact, from 2012 to 2021, recreational boating deaths have averaged about 21 per year. New York State reports that in 21 alone, a total of 192 boating accidents were reported, resulting in 118 injuries and sadly 18 fatalities. Along with hazarded waters and weather, alcohol, excessive speed, operator inattention, and operator inexperience were among the leading causes of these accidents. It goes without saying that alcohol and drug abuse slows reaction times, impairs decision making, and inhibits the motor skills vital for maintaining control of a vessel. Inattention and inexperience lead to risky decisions and/or operator negligence. Speeding obviously dramatically increases the risk of the deadliest types of these accidents. If you own or operate a boat, understand you have a responsibility and indeed are required to follow basic safety guidelines to keep you and your passengers safe. And if you're a passenger, you've got a responsibility too. Exercise caution, adhere to the safety requirements, and hold your captain to the necessary standards. Overwhelmingly, 66% of the total accidents in 21 were the result of collisions, typically with other recreational boats. In nearly all cases, death or serious injury occurred when individuals were separated from their vessel or were thrown or landed in the water. Please, please, please remember, life jackets must be worn by every person on the craft. One life jacket per passenger is a requirement on all boats, and all passengers are required to wear a life jacket. 50% of all boating deaths in New York could have been avoided if the victim had only been wearing a life jacket. It floats, you don't. So wear your life jacket. It will save your life. So we have some exciting news to share today. We're unveiling our boat, dock, and ride program. And you'll see behind me this incredible vehicle, this police bicycle. And while you work to adhere to safe boating practices, know that the town is on patrol working to keep you safe around town, in the community, in the marina, and beyond. We're proud to announce the launch of this new boat dock and ride program. The program will feature the recently formed Town of Islip Park Ranger Bike Unit, and we have some members of the bike unit here, graduates of the course. They successfully completed the bicycle crowd management course trained by the New York City Police Department and will be on bicycle patrol in Atlantique and some of the other neighboring communities on Fire Island in the town of Islip. And the other announcement, on June 11th, we're having a boater safety course. The Islip Town Harbor Masters are out on the waters patrolling our waterways and will be enforcing all boating rules and regulations. Residents can learn about these and fulfill the New York State requirement for safe boater certification out this particular safety course, as I said, on Saturday, June 11th. Certification is required for all watercraft operators 14 years of age and older, and all boaters, regardless of age, will be required to have certification by 2025, and completing this course actually gives you certification, lifetime certification. So there are plenty of spots still available. Just call the Office of Cultural Affairs at 631-224-5430, and they'll give you the information you need. Now I would like to invite to speak Kevin Williams, as I said, the deputy inspector and commanding officer of the county's Marine Bureau, a great partner to the town. The Marine Bureau participates in the Fire Island Lawrence Safety and Security Council every month. They're out there, and we couldn't be any more grateful. So Kevin, if you would.
Thank you, everybody. It's great to be here today, and we welcome our town partners in our mission for law enforcement. So just know that the Marine Bureau will have all our resources out on the waters of Suffolk County, North Shore and South Shore. We're going to be looking for reckless boaters. We're also going to be looking for boaters that are under the influence of alcohol. So if anybody sees anything, they can report that to us over the marine radio or on their cell phone. Also, like the town supervisor said, life vests, U.S. Coast Guard approved life vests are required for all passengers and the captain on board all vessels. So we will be out there working with our town partners to keep everybody safe this holiday weekend. We wish everybody a safe Memorial Day weekend and a safe summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin, and his team, Marine Bureau, will certainly be helping make sure that we all stay safe. And, I love the fact that you mentioned, you're out there. If you see something, when you're out on your boat, if you see something, please call it in. They have just a limited amount of personnel as we do, and we can't be all over as much as we make every effort to be so. But if you see something, please say something. It really is a big help. Speaking of public safety and keeping us all safe, no one does it better than our Department of Public Safety, headed by Commissioner Tony Prudenti. Tony?
Thank you, Supervisor. Thank you, Inspector. And welcome to the town. Another summer season is here. We're looking forward to it. I think we're going to see an increased boating traffic. Our marinas are full. I think we have over 1,200 slips in the town. We're at capacity. A lot of new boaters on the scene with the advent of COVID ending, and hopefully a more normal summer. I think a lot of staycations are in store. We're going to see a lot of traffic and a lot of boat traffic, pleasure craft out there. So just remember, the boater safety course is available. You can go to islipny.gov. There's one more class. We've already trained over 40 first-time boaters previously this year. So we're looking forward to another class. I think we have already 11 people signed up, which is great. And we're looking forward to another addition to the town is the boat dock and bike, which is our harbor masters are going to be out on Fire Island, docking at Atlantique, riding the boardwalk, extra exposure out there, extra eyes and ears to help the county with its needs. So we're looking forward to a great season. Everybody be safe and have a good year.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Tony. So now, one of the biggest boats you're going to see on the bay are the ferries. And it's important, too, that we be respectful. Those that are in pleasure craft, to be respectful of the ferries. because they certainly are of the boaters. If you're on the ferry, you'll know they'll slow down. So with us today, I'm very pleased to introduce Tim Mooney, who is the president of Fire Island Ferries.
Thank you, Angie. Well, good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Tim Mooney. I'm president and owner of Fire Island Ferries. And I think the message that I have for boaters on the Great South Bay is sharing, and sharing the water, sharing the experience with your friends and family. And then as days turn into night, the risk increases dramatically. So if you're a new boater or a boater with inexperience, boating at night is something you shouldn't tackle your first year out there. And make sure you're keeping your eyes and ears open. You have extra people on the boat, make sure they're doing the same. And always be respectful of one another out on the water. You don't need to get anywhere that quick that you can't wait a little time and go a little bit slower and get there safely. So share the waterways, enjoy the waterways, and we'll all have a good summer. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tim, for your words. And sharing is key, and I couldn't help but think what my grandson reminds me all the time: sharing is caring. And isn't that what it's all about? Really being respectful and caring for one another. Next, I would like to introduce someone who is fairly new to us at the Town of Islip. He is the operator last year for the first year. Over at Atlantic Marina, they're really doing a fine job, and that's Dante Grover of Strong's and Grover's Marina. Dante?
Thanks, Angie. Yeah, we operate at Al Grover's and Strong's Marine. We operate a fairly large sales agency, and there are a lot of new boaters on the water this year. And one thing that you really have to emphasize with people is the familiarity with your boat. You know, where are the life jackets located? Do you have a throw device? You know, who's in charge? If somebody falls overboard, is there somebody there to keep an eye on that person that's in the water while the operator of the boat tries to get that boat back under control? Safety is one of our most important things that we emphasize when we're delivering a boat. This boat that we have behind us is a Cobalt. If you were purchasing that from us, we give you 4 hours of captain's lessons, regardless of how much time you have on the water. Safety, safety, safety. It's a good time if everybody's safe. Speed is one of the things that, you know, people try to go, they want to get to their slip. They want to get a slip on Fire Island, so they got to make sure that they get there. They forget that, you know, they're putting everybody in harm's way. The faster you go, docking your boat. Again, being familiar with that boat. If you get in unfamiliar or unsafe situation, turn the key off. You won't damage anything if you can't put the boat in gear. You can hold the boat off. And I'll never forget, as a young man, I asked my father, we were coming down a creek one day and there were 5 or 6 boats heading towards us. And I looked at him, I said, who's got the right of way? And he looked at me, he says, everybody else. You know, give everybody as much room as you possibly can and you'll be safe on the water. Thanks, Angie.
Thank you. Well, those certainly are words to boat by. Next, I would ask our commissioner, who really does a fine job with all of our recreational facilities here in the town of Islip, to come up and say a few concluding remarks. Tom?
Thank you, Supervisor. First and foremost, I want everyone to know that our staff is up and running and eager to serve the public. It's been a tough couple of years with COVID, so it's pretty exciting. Hopefully, they'll get their recreation back. Just a little information. We have 12 mainland marinas. Like the Commissioner of Public Safety said, we have 1,200 boat slips that are rented. We have 6 launching ramps, 4 land-based pump-out stations, 1 pump-out boat. And we work very closely with the Commissioner of Public Safety, and we share resources, and I wish everybody luck and safety on the water. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There is going to be a little bit of a demonstration. So again, I thank everyone for coming down, and to just ask that you please remember these kind of cautionary words of wisdom that was shared by those behind me, certainly. We really do want everyone to have a wonderful experience out on the water, in our parks, around our town. We want you to be safe, have a great time, have a wonderful, happy, and reverent, let's remember what Memorial Day is really all about. Thank you so much.